Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you are here, welcome. The lighting is kind of weird. This is really the only time that I am available to film today. The sun is setting. It might change as it is changing right now as the sun goes behind a cloud, but that's okay. Just stick with me here. So this video was actually requested. It makes me feel like really cool to say that, you know, it makes me actually feel like I have some kind of following. It is things that they don't tell you about SCAD Hong Kong. So these are just some kind of little things that I've picked up on since being here and things that I think would be beneficial for you to know if you are looking to come to SCAD Hong Kong or are already here and are wanting to learn more. I don't know, it's just if you're into it, this video is for you. Keep watching. If not and you just love me, let's get into it. The rooms are way smaller than they look online. Like honestly, they are way smaller. My room actually, I'm in room A and it's actually pretty nice and roomy, but the other rooms and just the apartment in general are a lot smaller than it looks online. SCAD has just, you know, magic wide angle lenses and is so good at making everything look big and beautiful. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing a room tour a little bit later so you can see really what it is like. They are significantly smaller in real life, so if you're looking for a little bit more space, I would recommend applying for room A, which is the room that I have. So the classes are easier, but there are weird rules. For instance, you can't leave after an exam. You have to stay and continue to do lectures. Professors can choose to knock down your grade if you don't show up to classes and all this stuff, and they encourage you to have fun and travel and stuff, but then at the same time, like, they really encourage you to not do that, but you're here and it's so hard not to, so just go for it. Monsoon season is very real. Honestly, you need to bring a rain jacket and an umbrella. It is, like, I cannot stress that enough. It will rain and you can't really rely on the weather at all. Like, you'll look at the weather app and it will say like thunderstorms all week, and then it will be super sunny all week, or it will be super sunny all week and then you'll get thunderstorms. You really can't expect it, or it'll monsoon for 15 minutes and then be bright and sunny the next. So you just kind of take what you can get, bring your rain jacket in your bag, get a small umbrella, just be ready for it all, you know? So the bus ride from Gold Coast to Sham Shui Po, where SCAD is about 35 minutes. If you do decide to live on campus here at SCAD, which I do recommend, it's super easy and convenient, and here in the Gold Coast it's very chill and there's like a bunch of restaurants and grocery stores, so it's really easy to transition. It's not like you're completely thrown in there on your own right at once. So I would recommend living on campus, but to each his own, of course. However, yeah, the buses are kind of strange. For this reason, also, I would avoid 8 a.m. classes because there isn't a bus until 2:45. So unless you want to like get stuck at SCAD every day, it'll be tough for you to get home. Western food can be stupid expensive. They tell you that like, oh yeah, there's a grocery store like at Gold Coast, like it's so easy, and I shop there every now and then, but it is so expensive. If you want like a pizza or something, Pizza Hut, those things are gourmet. Like it's a lot for just like a cheese pizza. So honestly, just dive right into the culture and eat the food here, try new things. Don't be scared. I mean, you have a kitchen in your apartment, so it'll be easy for you to make the foods you love, but trust me, if you're looking for Western food, just make it on your own because it's going to be way too expensive to go find it somewhere else. Homesickness is real. Something that I have never really experienced, at least not in Savannah or anything, and the time difference isn't that weird because when you're asleep, other people are doing things, and when you're doing things, other people are asleep, so it's not like you're trying to find time to talk. Like, you can talk when you're both free, which is when you're waking up or sleeping or whatever, so it's not even the time distance that's that hard, it's just like the distance. I mean, I don't really know, it's just, and it's also the time, like springtime, when all your friends are going to be home from school before you are at SCAD on the quarter system and family and all this stuff, so it could be hard. Like, it's just know that homesickness is a real thing and just bring with you things you might need or plan accordingly. I don't know. Getting packages is incredibly complicated, so avoid just the like, oh, I'll just Amazon it once I get there, because you will not be able to. You have to go to a whole different post office that's miles away to pick up a package, and sometimes you might not even get it, or go to the wrong person, or it just like they won't notify you that it's yours. It's just really complicated, so just make sure you have everything you need before you go, or it's things that are simple like shampoo and conditioner that you know you can buy here. Everything is really far apart from each other. Activities aren't just for like an afternoon, like maybe some things are, but most things take an entire day, and the time is really flying by here, and it feels like I just don't have time to do everything that I wanted because everything takes so much time. So be sure to really plan out everything maybe in the first few weeks and figure out things what you want to do with your friends. And of course, last minute things are obviously totally fine. Most of my things are like, what are we doing tomorrow? Or what are we doing today? But yeah, no, it's a lot. Like it's hard to do multiple things in one day, to be completely honest, just because everything is so spread out. It'll sometimes take 2-3 hours to get to one place through the MTR. So don't bother getting a second phone. They will tell you this in orientation, like, oh, you can just get a burner phone and use that, like with a Hong Kong number, for like a SIM card and stuff. Honestly, I've just been using Wi-Fi, like airplane mode this entire time, like only on Wi-Fi, and it has been fine. First of all, it's not like I have to get in contact with anybody. If there's anyone I need to get in contact with, it's like my friends during the day, because my family is at home. My family and friends at home are all sleeping, and you can just download Hong Kong like on Google Maps, so you can use it offline, and it's super easy, and you'll save money, live better, you know what I mean? So it's easy, and it's also really nice because it gives you a chance to kind of disconnect. I don't find myself checking like Instagram as much or trying to talk to people at home as much. So just because I don't, and I'm actually forced to get out there when I'm doing these things, I don't have to constantly be posting on my Instagram stories. Like I can wait until I'm home and have my own personal time to do that stuff. So it's really nice. It's a super good way to really travel and explore, in my opinion. But on that note, there are certain things that you will need to do before, like downloading WhatsApp. You'll have to do that before, because since you won't have a Hong Kong number, you can't like download apps where it's like, all right, respond with like the text verification code, you know what I mean? So you can't get text messages. I'm just like speaking from the perspective of an iPhone, assuming everyone has an iPhone, but I know not everybody does, but do whatever you need. I'm just like a Wi-Fi kind of gal, I guess. Yeah, as I was saying, the time difference is not that bad, at least from Savannah. All my friends are asleep when I'm doing stuff, and when I'm home and relaxing, they're just waking up, or when I'm just waking up, they're going to bed, so it's not like either of us are doing anything on our ends. So it's totally easy and fine to communicate. It's okay to adventure on your own. People think that when you're studying abroad, you have to create this whole like indie blue travel group and like get it all together and have it be like the perfect squad of everyone. But honestly, it's really nice to just venture out into the city and find the perfect dim sum and just enjoy your day on your own. I think that's totally fine, that's totally fair, and that's healthy and good, and it's fun to be able to travel and explore and see things on your own. Maybe meet some locals and do some things like that. I think that's really beneficial for any kind of study abroad trip. But then kind of on that note, if you aren't going with all of your friends, if you and your little friend group or whomever didn't decide to all travel abroad together at the same time, making friends can be hard. And I know it's to each his own, but it's kind of just like throws you back into like a first quarter freshman year kind of situation. You know what I mean? You'll find your people and you will get it all together and it'll all be good. Orientation, I met some of my friends now that I hang out with, and you'll find yourself kind of making friends with old people that you were friends with before a little bit, and you're like, hey, we both have SCAD Hong Kong in common. Let's talk about that, you know? Yeah. So travel is easy, but not that easy. Everybody always talks about like, oh my god, you're studying abroad, you have to travel, you have to do all this stuff, it's so cheap, it's way cheaper, like it's so easy. Like, yes, it's cheaper than a flight from the US, but flights to like surrounding countries and just like popular travel destinations are around like 200 for cheapsies, and then to like 400, 500. So it would really benefit you when the sun is setting, it's going behind the mountains, so sorry, it's gonna get dark. It would really behoove you to get with the group before you go, look at your syllabi, and kind of like decide when you want to travel, when you think it'll be good, and then figure that out before you go. In advance is probably just the best idea, and then you can really take advantage of the time and everything. But if you're like me and you didn't have that set of friends before you came, it's totally fine and you will be able to make it work once you get here. And it really is worth it. I've had such a fun time traveling. So far I've been to Taiwan, and in like 3 or 4 days, like 3 days, in like 3 days I am going to Phuket, Thailand, and I am so excited. So we'll see how it all goes, but it can be stressful, but don't feel like you have to travel when you're here, because Hong Kong in and of itself is amazing, and it's really something to just even be here in Hong Kong. So, and there's so much to do, so don't feel like you have to travel if it's too much pressure or anything like that. But yeah, this is one that's like kind of a bummer. Sorry. So although Hong Kong, like SCAD Hong Kong seems like this is the total dream campus. Like it's so much fun. Everyone's always doing so much and it's so great, so cool. The SCAD stress is still there. Like the stress to succeed and to be so good and to get the perfect internship and do all of that is still there, and it's still kind of in the back of everybody's minds. Although it's easier to travel and you're doing this fun stuff, and on Instagram of course it looks perfect, but I mean, believe me, I'm still just as stressed. Okay, that's like not true. I'm like still pretty stressed just being here in general. So literally like everything to each his own, but you know what I'm saying. Like just don't be silly, don't be foolish. That's kind of a random one. And lastly, this one's also kind of random, but the entire faculty and staff are all so nice, especially the staff, the people who are working in like admissions and career advising and stuff. They are like a totally tight-knit family because the campus is so small. I believe it's 600 of us, and I think that's the most it's ever been in this campus. Everybody knows everybody, and the professors, they like all go by their first names pretty much, and the staff and stuff, like they're all like playing ping pong with students and all just hanging out. And it's a really great community. I do love SCAD Hong Kong. Like there's so many good connections and so many just great, genuine people who work here and go here, and it's really cool. It's really great. I'm so grateful to be able to be here and spend my time here. And so many people actually who have come here just in this quarter have decided to stay an extra quarter or just make this their permanent campus, which is wild to me just because I'm like a little homesick bean. No, I mean, I think that's amazing. I really think that's amazing. And you can do that. It's so easy to do that. So keep your options open. Don't tie yourself down in one campus. SCAD is incredible in the sense that it gives us the opportunity to just buy the plane ticket and you're there. It's so great. So that is all that I have for these things that they don't tell you about SCAD Hong Kong, or things you need to know before. I'm sure I'll think of more. I have about 3 or 4-ish weeks left here, and I know it's just gonna fly by. So I'm running out of my time to do like Hong Kong related videos. I mean, I guess I can do them over the summer, but you know, like in Hong Kong. But I will be doing a dorm tour soonish. Yeah, whatever else you guys want to see for Hong Kong videos, specifically SCAD Hong Kong or just college videos or whatever. As always, comment them down below, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching, and perfect timing, the sun has officially set. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. And be sure to check out my vlogs and like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram and literally all of those needy things that all the YouTubers say. Do it. Well, I will see you guys next time. Bye!